What's up, y'all? It's T-Turn. Today we're gonna be looking at more of y'all's theories, but first, the last video I made about Heath never having written the Scarlet and YALL book, y'all, that is fire. Now, what that would mean, you're gonna have to watch the video if you don't know what I'm talking about, but what that would mean is pretty much the Heath we know, he knows nothing. That means if at the core of Area Zero, Briar was able to meet him temporarily using the crystals, he wouldn't know anything. He would be a clueless idiot because he didn't write the Scarlet book nor experience anything. He's just a liar from 200 years ago. Yo, I really want this to happen. I want this to happen, and then I want the Kieran time loop to happen. If you do me this one favor, I'll never make fun of Iron Thorns again. Alright, let's go to y'all theories. Dokutaro theory. Hi T-Tar, after watching the latest trailer of the second DLC and seeing that crystal tree, what if Dokutaro was born from that tree, like if it was a peach tree? And with the teaser from the Riddler that Dokutaro opens up, maybe in its insides there is like a crystal core or something like that. And Dokutaro was banished from Area Zero because he was bad like a rotten fruit because it wanted more power or energy. So in a weird way, they're saying Dokutaro would effectively be like an offspring of Terubagus's energy, which is something we have seen before. Glimmora is like this case too. But pretty much that crystal tree, which is just a bunch of Terubagus energy, if a bad fruit that it yielded was what Dokutaro was, that's kind of interesting. It also works with how Dokutaro seems like it granted the Loyal 3's dreams, and also a cool dynamic to make Dokutaro not Terubagus's equal in any sense, but like a counterpart. Okay, so he was banished from Area Zero because he wanted more power and energy. And then it could also work with why it wanted Ogerpon's crystal mask, because it had Terra energy. So this could work, and it's kind of crazy because if we like to imagine that Kieran in the final key art where he's awakening Terubagus is kind of Momotaro-fied Kieran, so essentially Dokutaro, then it's like, damn, Dokutaro, who wanted Terra energy, just got his hands on the max amount, and that's the climax of the game. It's weird, y'all. I'm always so still iffy about Dokutaro just straight up possessing Kieran. Like, I rather the time loop idea before all this possession crap. Kieran's going to be the new Volo. Y'all, hey T-Tar, I was thinking about Kieran time traveling to the past and being in a Legends game. And what if Kieran is the new version of Volo in Legends Kyurem? Y'all, we in 2024 almost? So at first he acts kind and tries to help you find the original Kyurem. Then when you're at the climax, he brings Dokutaro Peachy King to fight you. Alright, let me start off by saying this would be badass if it happened, right? But we know Game Freak and the way they make their games, it's too much of a clash of worlds. Sometimes in small amounts, Pokemon will cross over different lores, but mostly the regions and games, they're self-contained. But man, I admit, man, it's a cool idea. But the other weirdness in this is still making Kieran a villain. It's like the same oddity I have with the other theory, which is that once we deal with Kieran at this climax, if you don't die, which the more I think about it, doesn't seem like he's gonna die, then he has to not come home. He has to not come home but be reformed in some way. So if he does somehow end up in Legends Kyurem, I would want him to be just more wise. Not actually, he's so mad he's just a villain again. Alright, look, Future Teacher cut him back in. Honestly, I might have to talk about this later on, but there is one tiny way that you can keep Kieran as a villain that could work. But it's hard. I don't ever think Game Freak would tap into this idea. So I'm not gonna totally dismiss this idea, but I can't get into that now because that's a pretty crazy thing to set into motion, at least for Game Freak standards. Entei's paradox name. Hi T-Tar. I do agree that Entei is still kind of off being called Gouging Seer. All right, so he has a better name. Let's check this name. I have to pull out this crap. If Entei still walks on 4 legs, maybe it could be called Growling Seer. Alright, Walking Wake, Raging Bolts, Growling Seer. The thing with growling is it kind of sounds pathetic. Let's see. Okay, see, growling can't work because it has to start with G-O, whatever the word is. So Entei's, the 2 words that make up Entei's name, it has to start with G-O, the first word. G-O-T or G-O-U. That's why gouging or gothic seer, you know? If anyone could come up with a better name than gouging, please do, because there's no way it's gouging. Reason that Ogerpon didn't recognize Kiki. Okay, I gotta hear this. Sup, big guy? You mentioned that Ogerpon might not have recognized them because of his different personality and how he looks different. I just wanted to add, maybe Ogerpon didn't recognize Kiki because he was already possessed by Dokutaro when he met with Ogerpon, and that's all she saw in him. So we don't know anything about this possession crap, but if we were to pinpoint when he would have gone possessed, it looks like it's when we light him in front of Peachy's shop, but way before then in the game, he's already trying to meet Ogerpon and it's avoiding him. Dokutaro Peachy idea. Hey T-Tar, some people were hoping to see an explanation as to why Glimmora has such a huge connection with Area Zero besides what is mentioned in its Pokédex entry. What if that connection is through Peachy Keen, being an advanced form of Glimmora, kind of like Diancie and Carbink? Oh, this is very interesting. I mean, I know this general theory has existed, but if you properly think about it, Glimmet and Glimmora are naturally forming Pokemon. All they are some kind of flower creature that one day started feeding on Tropigus energy and they became this mini terrestrial energy holding Pokemon. Technically, I don't know why the game doesn't, or they just haven't built on it yet. It does have terrestrial energy inside of it, which is really odd to think about it, which is dream granting energy if Tropigus is a dream Pokemon. So if Dokutaro was just the Glimmora that got so much that it fed on, that over a long span of time it eventually became a mutated Pokemon, which is Dokutaro, this kind of works in the same vein as that Peach tree theory, right? Where Dokutaro is essentially an offspring of Trobigus's power. This is kind of cool. So it's this creature that has an affinity for Trobigus's energy, but it just can't make it itself. And then also Glimmora is a poison type, right? So Dokutaro would be a poison type for that reason too. Poison also works because it's like toxic. It's like parasitically, but you could look at it eating that Terra energy. You see the way it's like latched onto the walls? It looks like you'd have to spray them all off. Like they're not good. I like this, you know, so it'd be a more conscious and aware, evolved form of Glimmora, not directly an evolution. And it's just crazy for terrestrial energy. So back then it hears Ogerpon got these 4 special terrestrial masks. He's like, I'm getting my hands on these. I want to eat these masks. Or you know what's weird, to just add on that peach idea that the first dude was talking about. You know how in Area Zero, when with Heat Strongs, you can kind of see peaches? There's peaches along the side. Could you imagine that there were many peaches, like bad apples, born from Trobigus's energy? And all of those are the Glimmoras, except just one of them is a super one, which is Dokutaro. That would kind of give another explanation of just what Glimmora is. And they teased that tree in the trailer, right? Y'all, I'm future T-Tar editing here. I do not remember saying that. That idea sounds sick. I gotta make a follow-up on this very idea. Y'all, that has to be the answer to Dokutaro. Everything is just, the stars have just lined up. Sucker, that is the answer. Y'all, disprove this crap in the comments. Alright, make sure y'all shank that like button. I'm gonna look at more of y'all's ideas later today. And the Indigo Disc comes out in 2 days, y'all. I'll see y'all there. Take care.